DVO's office is always here.
Yes.
My name is Dr. Carol Wabule. I am a senior farm manager with Njeru Stock Farm in Buikwe district. My farm, we have cattle, dairy cattle and pigs. So basically I manage, I supervise all the farm activities on the farm, and also we do community outreach. We also have a nitrogen plant. We are responsible for giving out nitrogen, liquid nitrogen and semen to the communities. Basically the people who take the liquid nitrogen are AI technicians and district veterinary officers. So right here today we are the agriculture show. Here we are standing in front of the goat structure. What we have here is the South African Boers. They are basically meat goats. They are not pure. We have 75%, meaning we got the pure Boers and cross with the locals to get a 50%, 50-50. And then we cross the offsprings with another Boer and got the 75%. So here we have the representative of the 75%. And why the 75%? They are resistant, because we still have the percentage that is having the indigenous for the resistance and resilience of our harsh environment, the ticks, the diseases. But then we also have a good percentage representing the fast growing breed, which is the South African Boer. So basically these are meat goats. So farmers are encouraged to have these ones if you want to have goats that will grow very fast for the market. And then next we have our indigenous breeds. They're called the Mubende spotted, the one that has white and black, and then the other side the Mubende black. So to have this, we cross the pure of this plus that. So basically, and we're encouraging farmers to have this because, you know, having pures needs a lot of management, which many farmers may not be able to manage. First of all, you have to know the Boers look like this. They're always with fluffy, the ears come, they're drooping, and then they are that color, brown, and the rest of the body is white. But also we import them from the breed societies of South Africa. So basically from their records we know we are importing the right breeds. So when we come here and do our crossbreeding, we always keep the records. So when we tell you it's a 50%, we are basing on the records we are keeping. When we tell you it's a 75%, we have the records. So it is hard to tell whether it's 100%, 50% of 75 if you just meet it out there without a farmer having the right records. So we also encourage farmers, if you're breeding, if you're doing any production, you have to have records. Without records, you lose track of what you're doing. So we tag them, they have tags. Each goat has got a tag. So from there, then you know which goat bred with what, and that is how we follow, and we know at what percentage they are.
Yeah. For how long does it take to grow, for example?
At 7 months, it has started showing signs of puberty, coming on heat, wanting to serve. Then we serve it at 8 months. Yeah. So, but if you are a farmer who is wanting to, if you want to sell for meat, for market, you have to supplement, because they are basically browsers. They eat from up, not grazing like the cows. But when you keep them in structures like this, in the morning you can cut some of those shrubs, put them there to supplement on there. We shall go and look at the pastures that they eat, so that they can put on weight fast, and then you can be able to sell for the market. But basically at 8 months it's a breeding animal.
So how many kilos does it weigh if you were to sell it?
If
This type.
This type. What to say?
I wanted you to be showing inside there when.
But I can let me call my husband to go inside there, the one in charge.
Yes.
Constructions allows you to manage your animals better. First of all, goats are very susceptible to pneumonia. Pneumonia when they are dull, when it mixes with urine, it produces ammonia. Then goats are always coughing, so that's the pneumonia I'm talking about. So for better improvement, if you want to get more out of your business, that means you have to prevent disease, you have to feed well, you have to look for the right breeds. So basically having a structure is you're trying to prevent the diseases, you're also trying to make sure you supplement. If you let them just graze, then they will pick up all the other ticks around, right? They will not be protected from any harsh environment. Here, this is what we're trying to do. Because you want a goat that will grow fast, that will have less diseases. If they roamed around, they will also distract your other maybe crops or the neighbors. So having a pen is to make sure your cleanness, you're observing it, and having a pen, you're able to separate. You separate the young, you separate from the old, you separate the male from the female. Basically, it enables you to do your records right, to do your identification right. So surely you should have a structure.
What should take me to the picture? How is the structure supposed to be? Like in terms of, everybody may wish to construct, but what is the standard, the procedure?
First of all, goats should have as enough aeration as possible. The goat structure has to have enough aeration, so you can't trick. The aeration enables that what I talked about pneumonia to be minimized. And then why we raise it to enable the cleanness. If somebody cannot go down there and clean the dung, then that means it will keep being damp, and then the pneumonia will come up to the structure. And then also it enables you to harvest the manure, because this is later used to, you later put it in your crops or the pasture gardens.
Now talk about pneumonia more, because as we're moving, we can be moving the other side. Pneumonia. Pneumonia
is basically when an infection of the respiratory system. That's why I said you will always see goats coughing. So that cough is what we call pneumonia, the whole inflammation of the respiratory system. So it can be caused by other things, but basically the pneumonia is something that makes the goats more susceptible to it.
And what is this?
This?
Yeah, that's one down. This construction.
This is a feed trap. This is for demonstration. So this is how we construct it. This is where we put the feed.
That.
This is a mineral leak. It has a mineral leak, mineral block. It has all the minerals, because as they are eating the other carbohydrates, the proteins, there are some minute nutrients that they need, and those are the minerals. So they are all put here. This is a shrub, so he's trying to supplement. These two actually it was grown wild, I think. Nobody grew it. So he's going to put there, and then they will start, picking. Since there are more browsers than grazers.
So here you select for the goats, not for them to go and start hunting.
Yeah, now when you select for them, that means the energy they would spend hunting is minimized. So they put that feed of energy into the body growing, the tissues growing.
So what could you recommend to farmers? Because some farmers have what we call maybe big farms, have fenced around, and they want the farm. They feel, in Africa here, they feel like if I have a ranch, yes, I'm a rich person. and then they are not getting good profits out of it because the goats keep on hunting and they don't get what you are recommending.
Our goats, all these goats are coming from our ranches, actually. So what we do is, even as they go to browse, they don't sleep there. We have goat structures where they are, and then they are released at around midday to go and browse. But also we supplement, as they're in the houses before they are open to go. We give such feeds. We give a lot of myrcidia, we give caliandra. Now those are some of the shrubs that we grow to supplement them. So as they're going, the other things that maybe people don't know, we also do deworm, because as they go they pick worms. So if you do not deworm, then your animals will not do well. So we deworm, we vaccinate, we give these shrubs as supplements.
So Doc, if my goat gets pneumonia, what drug could you recommend?
No, we treat them. You know, like I said, the ammonia is a predisposing factor. It's something that puts them at risk. But pneumonia it's called an inflammation of the respiratory system. Even people get it. So it could be caused, that's why sometimes you have cough, that is called pneumonia. So it could be bacterial, it could be viral. So then you need to call it vet, and then they are given antibiotics. Yes.
Are you fine? Okay, yeah.
With the animals. One, it is a traditional way, because even many people have been sleeping with poultry. If you are serious that now I want to do this farming as a business, I want to get money out of it, then you cannot sleep with goats in the same house. Because then you'll just be keeping for the sake of, I have a goat, but are you getting something out of it? So if you're serious that you want to get something, then this is what you do.
Okay.
Farmer should first answer, what is it in goat farming that he wants? Do you want meat? Do you want milk? So those have to be answered. So when you answer that yourself, then you know where should I go to get the information on either meat or milk. Because the breeds that give milk are different from the breeds that give meat. That is, if he has now made up his mind that maybe I want meat or I want dairy, or doesn't know exactly what he should do, we are available. This is Nagrik. It is our head office in Tebe. We have farms, 12 farms all over Uganda. So depending on where he is, if he's in central Uganda, he can either go to Entebbe or Njeru. If he's in northern Uganda, we have Aswa, we have Maruzi. If he's in the east, there is Bulago. If he's in the west, we have also other branches. I may not tell you the do's and don'ts, but I will tell you one thing. Are you committed? Have you sat down and you're ready to do what it takes? If you are committed, that now, okay, I want to do it. Now in that commitment, you've studied the market, in the area you are at, if it's goat farming, what do the people want? Then now look for the knowledge or the breed to answer that market. So having looked at that, you have then as you're looking for the breed, you'll also learn of the infrastructure that you need. Then you have the human resource. Many of us do farming and we think my cousin, my sister, my brother, my son will be doing it. But are they committed? Do they have the skill? Do they have the knowledge? Maybe then you need to employ somebody. Then the land, where it's going to be done. You may not own it, but can you rent? Can you hire somewhere? Then the funds also now come. The funds that you need. Because as you're coming from your decision that now I want to do this, you're looking at your market, you're looking at the breed that you want, you've got the knowledge, you've looked at the human resource. All this will now be giving you of the funds that you need. You may have them, you may need to borrow from friends or sell something to get those funds. So the do's and don'ts, I may not, but those you have to be sure that this is what I want. Yeah. So that's what I would tell such a farmer.
Your name once again, and
I'm called Dr. Carol Wabule. I'm a senior farm manager at Njero Stock Farm, working in NAGRIC, that is National Animal Genetic Resources Center. And that's